Hello guys, EdShed. Stupid o'clock at night, that's normal. Well, because that's the only time I've got a life, is it? And I'm doing this. Now, I'm trying to clean off the Jaguar off of there. Oh God, it is horrendous. Not coming off, really difficult. You can see I'm sort of, I don't know, I'm winning or it's winning. One of them's winning, but it might not be me. Everything else is done, that's all done, that's done. Now, we've been into the old shed and boxes, and we found some top poly bushes, we found some bottom poly bushes. And remember, we need to build two subframes. So we've got two sets of brand new springs, two sets of old springs. Two sets that have been rebushed with ordinary rubber bushes, but we're short of a top set of bushes. So that's obviously just for a pain in the ass. I've had a good look, I can't find any, so I'm not gonna bust my gut over it. But anyway, listen. So out here in the dark, because they say it's not going to rain tonight. Looking up there, why not rain? I've actually cleaned up the subframe, and I've cleaned it up, degreased it, rubbed down the wire brush, and I've painted it black. Now, obviously, as you can see, there's only two bottom wishbones and one top wishbone. And you're going to say, why didn't I paint the other one? Well, I didn't have anywhere to put it, that's why I didn't paint it. So at the moment, I didn't paint it. So this is going to have to dry, and I'm going to flip that over and paint the inside of it. These are painted both sides, but I can touch them up. These are the ones that are going to get the poly bushes. As you can see, they got the bushes. And the top ones may not get the poly bushes in this car. I don't know, we're going to see. Anyway, so for the minute, we've got somewhere. We've done something. It's really hard. I think we've lost the battery, finally. One of the batteries will not charge for the DeWalt. It just doesn't charge. So I think I've lost the battery. So for the minute, now I've also, just time's precious, remember? I've also come under here and, as I said to you guys before, I've got an idea with this, which is I'm just going to red oxide the whole bloody thing. But I don't actually want to weld these in yet, because if I weld them in, I'm going to struggle to get the bumper bolts. So at the minute, they may not get welded in. Then that's just as likely to change. So we'll see. Probably will clean up nicely. We haven't got the overriders. The overriders aren't that nice. And the other side cleaned up nicely as well. And we've also made the outriggers. So yeah, and we've also fixed that, as you can see. So at the minute, it's just this. It's all this. It's all this sidebar. I've got to get it off. Certainly before I do much more, anyway. So yeah, a £20 outrigger. Pretty good. I think it looks pretty bloody good for 20 quid. Certainly better than what it would have cost me if I'd bought the bloody thing from my bloody ropey. So yeah, that's all done. Nothing else has really changed. Everything else is the same. The shed is still leaking like a bloody sieve. Roof's still bad. And as you can see, all the stuff that was over there is now over here, which makes it really difficult for me to do anything, which is what I'm trying to do. So this car is a car you haven't really seen, but you're gonna have to play catch up. It's actually going to be grey, which is the original colour. Look, see grey, grey. So yeah, it's going to go back to its original grey. Might be a bit of a problem with the green roof, but hey, I'm not worried. I don't care. And obviously it's steel wheels. I'm not a great lover of steel wheels, only because I got plenty of wires. But I might leave this on steel wheels. We'll see. As they say in the thing, to be continued, because this is not quite as bad as we imagined. I thought it was a lot worse than it was. Turning out to be quite good. And from that point of view, whether you can see it, I don't know, because I get told that I held the camera badly, I don't know. Or maybe the camera doesn't like me and it doesn't work for me. I'll tip it down a bit. How's that? How's that? Is that better, guys? Right, so yeah, so this one is going to be, it's going to be the original grey. So it's going back to grey. I might put wire wheels on it. I have got wire wheels for it, so I possibly will do. This is one of the cars that I was repairing the doors for. So I repaired the doors for my blue one and for this one. And I'm going to do the two together. So it's a bit of a mishmash, but you know what I mean? Come on, guys. I mean, I'm out here. I'm out here doing this. You guys are sitting at home with lives, and I'm not. I'm out here surrounded by scrap. Anyway, so there's my outriggers, like quite hefty old buggers. Look at those. So those are my outriggers. Two of those. They're going in. I'll put a bit of box section on there. There's the thing that covers the big hole that you can see over there. But we're not going about that. Steering column went in because I was looking for an idea of how I could maybe change it. I have been told, I don't know whether you guys have heard this, that if you retain the original steering box, you can put electric power steering and it doesn't affect your originality. So for the DVLA watching this, I'm not doing that. I'm going to leave it with no power steering. So yeah, it's going to be heavy to steer. But that's my choice. So you guys can, I don't know what they say in the English language, which would be, I don't know, I'll think of something before I come back to it. So yeah, no power steering. Now, I think for the eagle-eyed viewers who may have looked will realise, right, this is really pretty. Like, I'm moving the camera about. You're going to complain about how sickening it makes you. And yeah, right. Did you see this? That is a reconditioned Mk2 Jaguar power steering box. Look at that. Now, if I have to run that, I've got to run a pump to run it, which means it's either going to be off the engine or it's going to have to be an electric hydraulic pump, like Vauxhall Zafira or something. No, I don't know whether I want to bother. And I know for all the people saying, you know, like here, going, well, yeah, but you know, you build a car, you could do all these mods, you could put like a 5-speed gearbox, electric power steering, you could do all this. Guys, I would like to bring you back to the reality here, right? Nobody lives forever, and I don't think I've got enough life left to waste my time doing this. I didn't want to be doing this in the first place. I'm only doing this because of a certain problem that happened with when I sold it. It just went horribly wrong. So I'm doing it now because it's a bit like someone's going to lose a load of money. Me, that's normally. But anyway, so I'm going to do the bloody thing. So far I've invested money in grinding discs, welding wire and gas, and 20 quid's worth of steel, or 30 quid's worth of steel. I think it was 20 or 30. I don't know what it was, but anyway, I got plenty of it left, I can tell you that much. So from that point of view, I'm putting it together out of all the rubbish I've got, and at the moment, cleaning the Zybot off of the bulkhead is turning into a bloody ordeal. But once I'm going to get the blow lamp out and start burning off. But once that's off, I've got 1 can of stone chip. And that 1 can of stone chip should be able to spray that and spray this. And then I'm going to red oxide the whole bloody thing. And then I'm going to seam seal all the gaps. And then when I've seam sealed all the gaps, as you can see, I will then be able to decide whether I paint it with the black wax oil or I paint it body colour grey. But we'll see. Now we've got a few issues here. A few issues that you probably don't see. Massive amount of filler here. Look at this. Look how much cack they put in here. That's, God, Jesus Christ, I don't know. I've got to lead that up there. I've got to lead up the back because it's had two wings on this car, and they put them on with pot rivets. So I'm going to lead those. I'll lead that, right? You obviously didn't like my last leading video, so I'm not going to waste my time showing you those. Me doing it, but I'm going to lead that. I like the idea of like no overriders, but look at the size of the bloody holes. It's not like I can just put a bolt in there, so I might end up with overriders. I don't know. We'll see. We're going to get spotlights. We're going to get all the other bits and pieces done. Yeah, there's going to be a load of filler. I have no idea why there's so much cack in there. Consider those are new. I can see they're new, but I just think they were welded on by a half wit. But anyway, I think the rest of it's okay. I'm not too worried. I'm tempted to the idea to put some louvers in the bonnet. Well, I've got the louvers out of the E-type, but they are really wide louvers. So they will spill a lot of water into the engine, and they'll spill a lot of water onto the carburetors. And with my new modification down there, leaving the triangles out, I'll probably get even more water in the carb. So I'm going to have to sort of think long and hard about what I do there, whether I do louver the bonnet or not. The grille doesn't fit. It doesn't fit at all. So that's another little job. And as I said before, the bits and pieces I've done here are I got some new springs. Now I want to use the new springs in my Mark 1. I'm going to use the old springs, which are about the same bloody height. I'm going to use them in this. And I actually don't need to do any springs in the other one because it's already been done. So yeah, we're going to say, I mean look, it's as usual. It's silly o'clock at night. I'm out here. It's just me. I am sort of like, how do you say, I'm doing this because why not? Because I could spend a lot of time doing nothing, watching television. But actually I'm enjoying this more. So tomorrow hopefully we're going to maybe have another go. We'll see what we can do. We'll see. If this dries, then I've got enough paint left from the old bow fix to flip this over and paint inside there. They're already painted. Paint that and paint that one. Paint that one. And then I'll paint the other two because that's the other suspension. Uprights I'm going to leave alone for the minute. I might just wire brush them. And the springs I might just wire brush. But that's it now. That's done. So yeah. So from that point of view, we're pretty bloody good with the old suspension because I need to do this suspension. I don't need to do the other one. The other one is being done because of the damage, and I want to do it with the polybush is because I think that car's more performance orientated than this thing's ever going to be. So from that point of view, this one doesn't need all the polybushes. I've got to clean up this. As you can see down here, obviously this is, as you guys are in real time, this is what I redid the other day. That there is the steering box, that's the idler, and as you know, that's the column, when I rebuilt this, not that, I rebuilt this, do you remember rebuilt this? And it was completely bloody wrong for the Mark 1. So that's the Mark 2. Got a couple more idlers. But I've got enough to do that, which is all I need to do. I don't need to do any more. So this car's sort of coming together. And we've done like a bit of an issue where I can't actually get out of the shed, as you can see, because there's no bloody suspension in it. So until I get the suspension back in, I can't actually get it out of the shed. So what I need to do is get the suspension in. But if I put it in, I don't have to take it out again. So I need to do all that crap with a stone chip and paint it, so that when it's done, I don't have to come back to it again, which is my main issue. I need to get the steering working because I'm bloody sick of struggling with it. And the doors, well, you've seen the doors. There's one, I've still got one to repair. Just one. And it ain't on this car. It's on the one next door. So from that point of view, that's the only other thing that needs to be done. But of course, when you're doing a car like this, as you guys probably aware, the car's grey. It is grey. It was originally grey, but it's been really badly sort of colour changed. So I've got to take all this green off. And of course, you're going to say, well, what are you going to do? Are you going to do this with it? Of course I'm not. So I'm going to grind this lip off and keep that lip there. I'm going to replace that lip down through there, so it's going to come out. Yeah, stop. I'm then going to sort of maybe, I haven't decided, but I've got two ways. It's either going to start from here and go down there with a lip, along the bottom and up there to here, and I'm going to take that lip off. Take that lip off, and I'm going to be able to put a normal door sill on. Now, it's going to upset the wood, I know that. It'll make the wood problem. I'm not going to spend hours grinding the back of the wood off to make it fit, because there's two ways looking at this. I don't care. So that's the first one, and the major one is I really don't care. So I think from that point of view, it's going to have proper door sills on it, but I'm going to do them slightly different than I did on the other car, which means I'm not going to have this stupid channel, which means I'm just going to make this clean. This is going to be all clean. Still going to keep the chromes. This could be an issue here with this chrome, as you can see, because there's a chrome trim comes down there, and it sort of fits round. Now, if I put a lip there, I haven't got it. So what I might have to do is grind it, and I might have to put a couple of self-tapping screws in it. But we'll see. If we don't, it'll just be painted. So everything else, yeah, I'm not busting a gut. I will say that Zybar, see the Zybar, everywhere you look, you find a Zybar holes. Alright, that was a bit presumptive, but there's the Zybar hole in the door, and there's a few over there. For people who pay to have it done, what a waste of money. But anyway, it seemed a good idea at the time, that's what I'm going to say. And it might well have worked for a little while. And it has worked in places. It just didn't work in the places where it should have done. So, from that point of view, guys, you're looking inside the car as you see it, which is, it's a grey car with a black interior. And it's got a lovely Welding sunroof in it. So yeah, it's going to be built. That's that. I'm going to do it. Why not? I mean, I don't think there's any point in trying to change anywhere. But sometimes it probably was painted white. I don't know. It was always grey. The car was a grey car. It was always grey, and it's grey in the old dog book. So I'm going to stay with the grey colour. Might not be that grey, because I don't really like that grey. I might paint it like Fiat 500 grey, or maybe Warwick grey, or grey, I don't know. But anyway, whatever colour grey it becomes, it's going to be not, well, it's going to be closer to grey than it is green. Anyway, because hey, they love changing the colours of these things, don't they? But yeah, at the moment, I got a bit of an issue with the back bumper. I've got one, but I've got one overrider missing, and I've got like a lot of bits of chrome missing. But the majority of it, hopefully, once I get it on its wheels, I can get it out and get a breather from it. Because I did say I wasn't going to get involved in another long-term ordeal, didn't I? Do you remember me saying that to you guys? Do you remember me saying it? Yeah. Well, unfortunately, this thing, it could well be that long-term ordeal, which I didn't want to get involved in. But I actually don't mind doing it. It's something to do, and I know the people who could say, well, you could be here watching Emmerdale, finished. Coronation Street, finished. Persedes Meteor Shower, finished. What's left? Paint that, done. Bit of that, done. So yeah, I'm going to say, guys, I'm still out here. I'm out here still trying to do stuff. Because could be worse. We could be somewhere else, couldn't we? And I bet you there are some car enthusiasts having a lot of trouble at this moment in time. So anyway, guys, like, subscribe, follow me about, whatever you want. If you don't enjoy it, don't watch. If you do, please do, because this was like a video from the heart. Talk to you soon.